Kowles, and the date is the 3rd of July 2013. We're here for a second podcast. Didn't think we would even get this far, maybe? Well, we're back again anyway. I'm joined by Tom Simpson again. How you doing, bud?
Hey.
Good to hear you, man. Good to hear you. So basically we're going to have a quick rundown. It's not going to hopefully be as long as it was a couple of weeks ago, which I think we were hitting the hour and 20 minute mark. So all being well, we'll keep it to a nice steady number, and you won't be listening for too long. But so, how have you been, bud?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Yeah.
You said your way. What have you been up to this last week? Well, last 2 weeks actually.
Well, as you know, my internet's been a pretty atrocious state, so I've been playing Red Faction Guerrilla.
Red Faction Guerrilla. Which one's that one?
It's the one where they've added like building physics, so you sort of take out the bottom half of a building, and it sort of starts. You know, you can hear the stress in the beams, and it'll collapse. I
have to admit, I've never actually ever played Red Faction.
I might have to review it maybe sometime.
Yeah, I've never actually even. I don't think I've even seen any footage of it. I don't even know what sort of game it is. What sort of set is it? First person shooter or?
It's set on Mars, and there's a EDF, which is the Earth Defence Force, is coming to sort of enforce the law because there was a minor revolt, and well, basically the Red Faction is a rebel group that's sort of rebelling against the EDF, and you sort of take over like sectors because it's a big open world map like Grand Theft Auto or Saints Row, you know. It's free roam, you get vehicles, you can knock down buildings, take over sectors, and do the campaign missions.
So is it third person, first person?
It is third person, yeah.
Oh, right. No, I've got to admit, I remember seeing a lot of advertisements for it when it came out, but I've never actually touched it. So anyway, it's good to have your internet fully up and running. Anyway, I was a bit worried that you'd be available for the podcast.
Well, it's better than it was.
So you've been a bit limited on what you can actually play then? Yeah,
unfortunately.
Never mind. Well, you're back now, which is the main thing. And I know we both of us purchased the Battlefield 3, should I say, for the PC. And you're presently still downloading it, I think.
God. Yeah. Not much longer to go, maybe another couple of days.
You see, if we decided to get the standard edition, we wouldn't have had the download issue of how many gig?
It'd have been just 20 gigs instead of 40.
Well, at least we got all the DLC with it as well. But yeah, I know I've been a bit of a cheapskate with it because I was like and ahhing between the standard edition and the premium edition. And I know we get all the extras, but I was like, I know number 4's not far away, and will we get our money's worth out of the number 3 premium edition? But I think when you said about it, like, how much did you say all the DLC was together if you bought them on their own?
If you just buy the standard edition and then say buy each individual DLC, you're practically looking at about 12 to 15 quid for Battlefield 3 itself, and then 12 quid for expansion, and there's 5 of them.
Ooh, yeah, I got to admit, we probably would have been quite disappointed if we hadn't really done that. But no, you twisted my arm, and I was like, screw it, we'll just get the premium pack. But yeah, I got to admit, I left it running overnight, downloading, and then I came back down in the morning to look at it, and then it just started downloading the DLC. Like, right, off to work then. So yeah, so mine's fully installed now. I got to admit, it's weird it being set up on the PC because I'm used to it being on the PlayStation 3. I haven't done many hours on the PlayStation 3 version, but
uses a desktop, doesn't it, to start it all off? It's really weird.
Yeah, and that's totally thrown me. I got to admit, I was like, why am I not in the game? But yeah, I got to admit, it'd be interesting to have a little play around with that. See how I'm actually more looking forward to the co-op than the actual multiplayer. Because I never really dabbled much in the co-op on the PlayStation 3 version.
Well, it's fun. There isn't that many missions, but then I didn't exactly try them all. When I don't know if they added more in the DLC or not.
That's one thing I was going to ask you. That I didn't know if you knew that. I was wondering if they'd added any more.
I'm not too sure.
Well, yeah. So, unfortunately, I haven't been up to much, but hopefully we can make up for that in the next couple of weeks with gaming. Oh, we haven't even tried Arma 3 beta yet. That's the other one which I'm looking forward to having a bash on. I got to admit.
Oh, there's going to be some good times on there, I can tell you.
But yeah, no, I got to admit, I haven't really been up to a huge amount myself. I've been playing a little bit more of The Last of Us, just steadily getting through that. Then unfortunately, I've had to halt playing it because my television has blown up. So I could link it up to my. Yeah, it's been going for a little while, and it's kind of got to a case where one half of the screen needed to warm up. Yeah.
That's not a good sign, is it?
It warms up and clears, and after about another 10 minutes, it just kind of starts going all fuzzy again. So I think I'm going to have to invest in a new TV. But I'm getting greedy, and I've got a 40-inch, and now I want a 50-inch. And
why don't you get a massive 70-inch?
Well, yeah, somebody at work is selling a 70-inch television at this present moment. However, I don't think I'll be able to even get it into the room. I think I might have to just knock out the window and just
not fit on the wall.
Have it hanging. Yes. Well, it'd probably be up there for about a minute, and then the whole wall would just come forward. But guy killed by TV. But yeah, I got to it. So I've had to hold off playing that, which I'm a bit disappointed with. I haven't really been playing. I've been playing a little bit of FTL, getting back to playing like a little bit of that. I've been meaning to get back onto XCOM, but I haven't really got around to that either. I haven't been playing as much as I wanted to this last week. I've been meaning to try and get back onto Skyrim and have a little bash on that. Been down looking up a couple of more mods and downloading them for it. I seem to be adding more mods onto Skyrim and not actually playing it, so the game's probably totally changed now.
Yeah, I just can't seem to get back into it.
Yeah, I think there's just so much coming out that and Steam keep doing deals and lowering prices, and I keep getting pulled into that and spending more of my money.
Well, you got the summer sale coming up.
Yay! I think my bank account needs to be informed of that. So hopefully, I'll be able to crack on with a little bit more this next couple of weeks. But I'm trying to think of what I've been playing, and I've got an absolute mind blank. I've been doing a lot of downloading, just not a lot of playing. But yeah, so I've been meaning to try and get on with that. I've been playing a little bit of Chivalry. I've done a video, hopefully, which will be going up on Alwayz Gamez Tv soon. Did a little bit of a rundown of that, and me just basically me getting hacked to pieces on it. I'm not very good at it. I've tried. I played about a good hour to 2 hours of it. I think I got in equivalent about 15 kills.
That's not too bad if you've never played it before, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of the sort of games, I guess, where if you get a kill, you feel amazing. Yeah, you're just like, yeah, hell yeah, just lops your head off. But then every time you die, you just start swearing at the screen. You feel really horrible about yourself. So yeah, but no, it's a good game. Good game. I got to admit, I just need to maybe play a few more hours on that and get a little bit better. But other than that, I tell you what I've actually been up, not games related, but I actually went to go see the theatrical musical of Ghost at the Leeds Grand Theatre on Saturday.
Really, I've never actually heard of that.
Ghost. Ghost, the one with Patrick Swayze. Back in the late 80s.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank here, Rog.
You never seen Ghost? Oh man, I'm mad at everything, but it's a love story about a guy who it's actually it's basically if you've never seen Ghost, which I thought everybody's seen Ghost, but it's basically about a guy who is a bit of a high roller. He deals with accounts and got quite a bit of money, got a good life, he's got a nice girl, he moves in with a flat, everything's going peachy, and then he gets shot during a mugging, and he stays as a ghost with his loved one, but then he finds out that the guy who mugged him was after it got set up and he was murdered, and he's trying to protect his past girlfriend from all basically who's coming after her sort of thing. And he ends up basically in the film. There's a character played by Whoopi Goldberg who's a psychic, and it's a bit of fun love story. It's good, but it got to admit, seeing it on the stage was very, very good. Actually, I got to admit, it was amazing what lighting you can do on the theatre now. I got to admit, it's amazing stuff. I was a bit skeptical by some of the things they'd be able to pull off, but no, it was pretty good actually. I got to admit, it was very romantic. Me and the girlfriend went, so it was very nice. But yeah, other than that, I haven't been up to a huge amount other than that, really.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's crack on with the news then. So basically one of the main news stories which has been, well actually it came out just as we were sort of doing the podcast last time, and it was Microsoft have done a full policy change on the Xbox One. Basically everything that they said at the announcement, when they announced the Xbox One and E3, is totally void now. Some of the policy changes, they everything really what Xbox 360 has, the Xbox One's going to have. Everything which was going to be unique about the Xbox One is now not. So I'll read out some, basically they did a few quotes from Microsoft. I'll read them out to you. As a result from the feedback of the Xbox community, we have changed certain policies for the Xbox One. Microsoft wrote on its blog basically saying that the past policies are no longer accurate. I can't speak. Accurate. There we go. That's the word. Basically saying that our feedback matters, and they believe in the benefits of connecting and digital future. However, they were thanking gamers for their feedback, even though I don't think Xbox really wanted to do this. As Microsoft should say, really wanted to do this.
Yeah. I heard all the changes that have been done. Microsoft have been, they've changed it to make the fans happy, but they're not happy about it themselves.
Yeah. But apparently these changes are going to come into effect when you first get your Xbox One and link it to the internet. It'll do a patch. So basically it's going to remove all the system which it has, and it's going to add this new system in. But what's making me think is just if this can be solved just from a patch, what stops them from putting it back in, let's say, a year down the line?
Also, what about people that don't have access to the internet? If they first time set it up and it asked them to connect to the internet to be able to play.
That's a very good point, actually. I never actually even thought of that. Yeah, because they wouldn't even be able to get back to the new system. Oh, well, good old Microsoft. So basically they went on to say, you told us how much you love flexibility. You have today with games and delivered on disc. The ability to lend, share and resell these games at your discretion is of incredible importance to you. Also important to you is the freedom to play offline for a length of time anywhere in the world. So today I am announcing the following changes to Xbox One and how you can play, share, lend, resell games exactly as you do today on the Xbox 360. So it's basically they've just changed everything. They've just gone back on everything they've said, which I know I had a lot of issues with what Microsoft were doing. I thought they made a lot of mistakes. Admittedly, I put a lot of it down to their marketing and how they phrase stuff.
It might be too little too late. I mean, when fans realised, how much it was going to be when it gets released and all these DRM and everything, they're completely put off. A lot of people have already pre-ordered the PS4. I mean, I know pre-orders can be cancelled, but I'm guessing that quite a few people will just, stick with it.
I know when this got announced, a lot of the Twitter blew up saying, "Oh, we won!" Twitter hashtag, all that thing. We got Microsoft. They do what we say. It's not down to Twitter. It's not about Facebook. It's basically, like you said, about the pre-orders. And I think Microsoft were thinking that their pre-orders were going to be pretty high. And I think it was like a ridiculous ratio from Microsoft to PlayStation. And it was like they were winning, like way ahead. They weren't even just like a close, they're just ahead of us. They were way ahead in like using, if you look at the Amazon chart system at the time, PlayStation were ahead. And then it was Xbox by quite a way. And that's the only thing that Microsoft are going to listen to is money. If they believe that they're going to lose money or not sell as many systems, they're going to change the policy, not due to all these people bitching on Twitter. They're only going to react to money, and that's the people who pre-ordered it and showed their allegiance that way and showed how angry they were. I tip my hat to them and say, yeah, you guys have shown the best way possible, and that's with your money. But yeah, so it's going to be an interesting one, I got to admit. But I just think, Yeah, it's good. I don't even know what to say about it. It's kind of like, it's just like, at one point, Microsoft even turned around at E3, after E3, and said, if you do not have a constant internet connectivity, we have a console for that. It's called the Xbox 360. They actually said that.
That's pretty poor marketing.
Yeah, they were basically saying, oh, if you're not happy by it, buy our other one. Which really people are going to turn around and say, well, no, I'll just buy the PS4. And after saying that, they then turn around and say, oh, alright, you win, and pull all the policies. And it's like, well, you just basically gone back. They've had to basically restart all over again. This is their announcement of the Xbox One.
I made a right mess of it right from the start.
I could swear very much right now. Alright, all of it. But yeah, so anyway, as Microsoft goes on, Don Mattrick, the Microsoft Entertainment Devices boss, has left. He is now gone, and he's gone to Zynga, as the Chief Executive Officer, and he's going to be part of the board of directors at Zynga Games. So, do you think this is down to the problems they've had with the Xbox?
It could be. I mean, you'd be getting a lot of pressure right after, everyone bringing such an uproar. I think maybe it was time to move on.
Yeah, because he was the one who was pretty much the face of the Xbox One, because he was there at the announcement back in May, and he was also there pretty much at E3 all the way through the conference. So everybody was sort of it's a natural thing. You see his face talking about it, you're going to put his face to the Xbox One. And now he's gone. But he also has got a job really quickly. Literally, he's like out in. Which also is making me think that this may have been premeditated. That to be able to get a job of this caliber so fast, it feels like to me that this has been building up maybe for a few weeks, or even maybe a couple of months.
Maybe, yeah. Cause it does seem a pretty quick switch over, doesn't it?
Yeah, because like, you're literally going from one job, high-paid job, to another high-paid job. I know that people, he's obviously must be good at what he does. I don't know a huge amount about the guy, but to be able to drop out of one job and then go straight into another one, literally immediately, there must have been some form of negotiations with Zynga at some point. It must have been around the announcement of Xbox One.
Yeah, I mean, it actually says he announced his resignation from Microsoft, and a week after, he's taking over the position at Zynga.
That's what I mean. Like, you can't imagine Zynga turning around and go, you know what we don't have. So, yeah, that's another interesting one. I think whether or not this is this a bad thing, do you think? Or a good thing for Microsoft? Does it look good for them or bad?
Well, it's an injection of new blood, I guess, isn't it? It should, I don't know.
You feel like it's almost a refresh?
Yeah.
Again, it just feels like Microsoft... Again, it's very questionable.
I've seen, it says, let's have a look. Steve Ballmer is considering Julie Larson-Green, the current Windows chief, to replace Don Mattrick.
Oh, really?
It's the head of the Xbox division. And I've seen quite a few comments from people, and a lot of them don't seem very happy about it.
I got to admit, I don't know much about her. I have to admit. When it comes to Microsoft section of it, I'm more of the Sony fanboy, so I haven't really seen much of what she does.
Right, there are, some people are actually quite for it. One of the people that have commented, he's put, from what I've read, she sure seems to know what she's doing. I'm all for it. Let's make some changes. Whereas other people are saying, goodbye Xbox. It was nice knowing you.
I think that's going to be the problem, that they have lost a lot of their fan base. No matter what they do now, they're going to pull some people back with these changes, but some people I think they've lost altogether. Like for yourself, you're an Xbox One. Well, you're a Microsoft person. You have an Xbox. You've had Xboxes in the past. What's your feeling on this?
To me, I'm not really bothered who's in charge. I mean,
as long as they release the damn games.
It's just a console really for me. I mean, as long as the console works, it's reliable. You know, it's got good features. I mean, admittedly, if it still had the DRM, obviously, I don't think, you know, there'd be a very small minority who wanted to get it. So.
So, how were you feeling when they had the DRM policy up? Were you thinking about getting it?
No.
Now they've got rid of the DRM policy, you think about getting it?
No, the price is putting me off a bit much. I mean, maybe I'll wait a year or two. And, you know, because I mean, back when the 360 and the PS3 were released, a couple of years after, the price had dropped significantly. So,
well, obviously over time, tech becomes a lot more outdated, so they're going to have to drop it anyway. But I mean, so what's your theory on what's your feeling on the PlayStation 3? Still, I know you were a bit more favouring of the PS3 when they still had the DRM situation with the Xbox One. Has that changed in any way?
Sorry, you mean PS4, right?
Oh, sorry. I'm getting really confused with it. Oh, yeah. PS3, PS4. I will get this right eventually. The PS4, you know, you were favouring that more last time.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's got no DRM on it, right? That's a really good start. It's 70 quid cheaper. I think it was about 80 quid cheaper.
Yep.
What else did they say? It's got slightly better specs compared to the Xbox One, which means you get more for your money anyway. And along with that, it has got its exclusives, but then you'll be missing out on the Xbox exclusives. It all depends which route you want to take.
I got to personally for myself. I know I probably I will get the PlayStation 4. I know I will. And I probably will end up getting the Xbox One eventually. Now they've done this removal of the DRM. Before I was very hesitant. I have an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3 now.
Yeah.
But whether I definitely will get the PlayStation 4, and like you say, I think within time, when the price drops of the Xbox One, that's when I probably will get one.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, eventually they'll bring out a slim version. They did with the Xbox 360, but that was quite a few years after that. I think.
Haven't they now released? What they announced this at E3 as super slim, a bit like the PlayStation?
Well, they released an image of it because it's on sale now, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
They said.
Yeah, I guess they were pretty much straight away. We're going to be on sale.
Didn't look that much smaller, to be honest. It's just an Xbox 360 with the style of an Xbox One. What's the point?
Well, Dory, it's not over yet with Microsoft. We've got another little bit of a story with them. In, I think, the last 48 hours, they've basically turned around and said that Japan won't be getting the Xbox One until 2014, which is fair enough, fair enough. But the bit which I thought was a bit, was that they turned around and said that Japan is basically a tier 2 country to them. Which I think really Microsoft need to work on their phrasing of things, because if I was in Japan, I'd be insulted as if someone turned around and said, "Oh, you're a tier 2 country to us," I'd be like, "Well, screw you."
Yeah.
But admittedly, the Xbox 360's sales within Japan were a lot lower than the PlayStation 3 and the Wii. I think Wii came out on top by quite a way between all three of them.
Yeah, we've got some figures, haven't we, somewhere?
Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, I think the Xbox 360 sold 1.5 million, or around about. These figures are overly accurate because the time has obviously gone on a little bit now. But yeah, they're about 1.5 million for the Xbox 360 over in Japan, and 6 million for the PlayStation 3. I don't actually have the Wii figures with me, but I know it's more than the PlayStation 3. Do you think this is a good idea by them?
Well, from a marketing point of view, well, yeah, they should have used different phrases, but from a marketing point of view, they're not going to make very many sales there, so prioritising the larger, market is probably a good idea.
Yeah, I guess you can't really knock them for that. If they know they're not going to get their money back almost on that sort of situation, they're not going to focus heavily. But the only thing is, what I'm thinking is, if they want to increase their sales in that country, phrasing something like this is not going to help.
No, it's not.
You know, because if you know you've got like North America, UK, you know, if you know you've got your sales built up there no matter what, you know, well, they're going on their past marketing so far, it's not been overly brilliant, so they probably do need to focus on that area. But if they know that they're going to get these sales, you think they may try and focus a little bit on the countries where they may be lacking, just to help, or at least do some good marketing in those areas to help bring up the sales a bit.
They did try to do some good marketing for Japan, but it didn't work very well. I remember a while ago seeing I think it was a conference or something, like trying to pitch the Xbox to the Japanese people, and it didn't go well.
Oh, fair enough.
You know,
I guess you sometimes need to know when to cut your losses, I guess.
I can't remember the details, but it wasn't good.
Well, I got to admit, they are probably going to favour the PlayStation 3 and the Wii. So anyway, on to the next news story. I wanted to pull a little bit away from all the consoles and maybe talk about something a little bit different, mainly because we have so much information coming from Microsoft and Sony and not really Nintendo, but still, you know, there's so much information. That I wanted to talk about something a little bit different. I want to talk about the Oculus Rift. Now, for any of you who don't know what the Oculus Rift is, it's basically a virtual reality headset, which I know we've seen those before in like the mid-90s where you have a massive box on your head. But this is a little bit different. They've got together and started developing a headset which also does motion tracking, so it'll follow your head within the game. So, for example, I think they're developing a version of the Half-Life 2 game for this. And so when you look around, your character will look around with your head, so you won't be using the joystick to be able to, or the analog stick to be able to look. You'll still need to use the analog for moving, but apparently, I've not tried. I'd love to try this. This is certainly on my list of things to do as soon as possible, as soon as I get an opportunity. But it looks absolutely amazing. Have you seen much of this, Tom?
It's not really, to be honest. I've seen little bits and pieces here and there. It does look quite interesting.
It's got to me. I've seen, like I said, seen some videos, and I've seen some of the reactions of people while they've got this headset on, and literally, it's pretty much all the time quoted, "Wow." And I think this is going to be a major step in immersion within gaming. I'm so looking forward to it. I love immersion. I love my surround sound, my 3D. I just think this is going to be something quite special. And I think they've done the dev kits now for a lot of developers. I think you can order those now. And I think they're planning a release for I think it's late 2014, I think. I'm pulling that off the top of my head. But, it got to me, it looks absolutely amazing. The story though, the reason why I brought this up is something that made me laugh, is with all this amazingness around it, Valve have got involved with this, with the headset. There's so many different game developers who want you to get involved and be a part of it. But one of the stories that has come out is that a Wicked Paradise is going to be developing a pornographic game for the release of Oculus Rift. Yeah. Now there is some video footage of pre-versions of it. I'm not advising anybody under the age of 18 to go have a look at this. But there is some videos on the internet of that, and some video and some screenshots. Yeah, I just can't believe that something like this. And do you think this is a clever move?
Who's their market going to be?
Men. Yeah.
You might get out the wrong signal.
Yeah, well, yeah. Again, it's a marketing situation where do you think this is? Yeah, this is going to be a little bit unusual. I think I don't even know what to say about this. I thought that you think you want to really make a really good impression when you come out and release something. Admittedly, it's going to make them a hell of a lot of money. Sorry to say. But it probably will.
Yeah.
And admittedly, if they've probably got pre-orders for this, it's probably gone through the roof. But it just seems crackers. But don't forget, this is the worrying thing, okay? You've got your Oculus Rift on, so you can't see anything. A lot of people are going to put their headsets on as well, so they won't be able to hear anything in the outside world. And you're going to be watching an interaction with the opposite sex in a sexual situation. I'm not going to point out anything, but what your hands are going to be doing. Right? You don't want to be doing this when someone else is in the house. Johnny, do you want a cup of tea? And you won't even know they're there. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Hilarious is the word you're looking for.
Yeah, worrying. A lot of families are going to be scarred due to this device.
It depends how it's used.
But yeah, so it's one thing which I've got to admit, I'm a bit shocked by, amused by, and curious by all in the same moment. It's gonna be interesting, I think. But no, I've got to admit, I don't even know what to do, really, to be honest.
You got your pre-order in there, Rog?
Already, yeah, I've got it pre-ordered and booked, my friend. The dev kit's on the way. I've got the game all sorted. But anyway, it's just something I wanted to bring up because I thought it was hilarious. Plus, if anybody doesn't know what Oculus Rift is, check it out. It's really worth having a look at. Those guys have done some amazing work on this piece of equipment, and I certainly will be getting the Oculus Rift. Whether or not I get the pornographic game, I don't know.
Is there any word on the pricing of it yet? Or is it?
As far as I know, no, there isn't. I'm going off the top of the head, looking at the actual hardware. I'm thinking about £400. Don't quote me on that. That's not that's me just throwing it out there. What I think.
I'm gonna say about 200. That seems a bit.
200. I'm just thinking of the actual hardware because you've got two screens within the headset to create the 3D image, plus the motion tracking. I can just imagine it being like a cheap TV sort of pricing. So I'm thinking 400. You're going with 200. We'll have to come back to this and find out when it finally wreleases, and whoever wins gets whoever wins gets to buy or gets a pint bought from. So
I thought you were going to say pie then.
A pie. And a pie, definitely pork pie, definitely a pork pie.
Pork pie and a pint. Okay,
pork
you're on.
God, we're so Yorkshire. And the next story basically is more of a warning and a bit more of a serious issue. Ubisoft has been hacked. They released a statement, I believe, yesterday, and a lot of people received an email, including myself, informing people to change their passwords. A certain section of Ubisoft was hacked, and the hackers managed to receive, I think they received emails and some coded passwords. So they haven't managed to get any account details or credit card details or anything like that. So not to worry about fraud in that sort of sense, but it's certainly worth just to bob onto the Ubisoft website and get your password changed immediately. Did you receive any information on this, Tom?
Yeah, I got an email, and if you go on the Ubisoft website, it doesn't actually take you there anymore. It takes you to a screen that says change your password. So
you can't even get to the website now?
No. It actually says change your password.
Oh, well, clearly it's a serious situation. So if anybody who hasn't done it and they have got an Ubisoft account, just in case, even if you're in question that you have, like, do I have an Ubisoft account? Just go and have a look and just double check, because in situations like this, it's not to be taken lightly. And get that done and sorted as soon as possible. It's, like I say, it's not worth taking a risk.
No.
But yeah, so I got to admit, there's other news stories out there which have popped up through the last couple of weeks, but I wanted to pull these out mainly, just to cover very briefly, because like I said, we're not going to be talking as much. In fact, we're cracking on with time now, so I think we're going to wrap things up as it is with the news. Is there anything you want to add, Tom?
No, I believe that covers it all.
Cool. Well, no worries. We'll crack on now with the charts. So we've got a few more releases out this last week or two in the charts. Basically, I'll give you a rundown. At number 10, brand new in is Company of Heroes 2. At number 9, same as last week, was Assassin's Creed 3. At number 8 is the Call of Duty Black Ops 2. At number 7, Tomb Raider. New in at number 6 is Deadpool. And new in at number 5 is The Sims 3 Island Paradise. At number 4 is FIFA 13. Number 3 is Animal Crossing New Leaf. And new in at number 2 is the Minecraft Xbox 360 edition. And still at number 1, holding its own, is The Last of Us. So, it looks like that Minecraft is still not going out of fashion.
Well, it's already on Xbox, isn't it? But this time they're bringing it to full game status.
So is this basically going to have what the PC version has?
They're going to have to update it, yeah.
Yeah. That's what confused me, because I already thought it was on the 360. I know Dan explained on the last podcast that on the Xbox One they were doing they're doing the proper Minecraft. That's what on the PC. Is this what this is on the 360?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully people will be able to create wonderful things in the world of Minecraft still. And to say that it's jumped in at number 2, it shows that people want it still on the Xbox as well as the PC.
It's very addictive. You've got to keep that in mind.
Is actually Minecraft on the PS3? I've never actually looked.
I believe it is, no.
No.
I might be wrong.
Next stop for Minecraft.
And then on to the Nintendo Wii.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
Actually, do you think that could work? Do you think it'd work on with the Wii? Do you think it'd work with the motion controller? Point and break blocks and build them? Do you think that would
Imagine
work?
it with Kinect.
Just bash your lamp. Oh, damn it. So basically that's us for another 2 weeks. Have you got anything planned coming up, Tom?
No.
No. Well, we're going to go play some Battlefield 3, I think, right now after this. As you download, good. Almost finish them?
Yeah, I've got about 5 megs.
Not bad. I think enough time to go get a cup of tea and come back.
Good timing.
But no, thank you very much for joining us and listening and putting up with us again for another podcast. Thank you for joining me, Tom.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Did you manage to get your Twitter sorted out?
No, I completely forgot.
No worries. But of course you can always follow us at Alwayz Gamez Tv at Twitter, and also follow us on the Facebook. We've got our own page up there now and putting a few videos up. And check us out on the website as well at alwayzgamestv.com. I don't think there's anywhere else you can follow us, I don't think. I ain't got Reddit up. YouTube, yeah, I can forget about YouTube. Again, Alwayz Gamez TV, check us out up there. We'll hopefully in this next couple of weeks we'll be putting a lot more videos up on YouTube page and the website. It's a certain area what I'm going to want to focus on and try and get that in full flow. Basically try and get the TV going in the Alwayz Gamez TV, and hopefully it'll all work out and be running nice and smoothly. So, thank you very much guys, and we'll speak to you in 2 weeks.
Take it easy.
And we're done.
Oh, thank God.